Right now, at this very moment, millions of people over 60 are standing up from a chair, stepping out of bed, or rising from the couch and feeling the room spin. And most of them think it is just part of getting older. It is not. That dizziness, that sudden lightheadedness, is your body sending you a warning signal. And if you ignore it, the consequences can be serious. We are talking about falls. We are talking about hospitalizations. We are talking about the permanent loss of your ability to live safely and independently in your own home. That is not meant to scare you. That is meant to wake you up. Here is what most people in their 60s, 70s, and 80s do not know. This kind of dizziness is not random. It has a name, it has a cause, and it has a solution. Studies suggest that this specific condition affects up to 1 in 3 older adults, and the majority of them have never been told what is causing it. The good news? There are things you can start doing today, at home, that take less than 3 minutes a day and that can dramatically reduce how often this happens to you. In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly what is causing that dizzy feeling when you stand up, why the advice most people receive does not go far enough, and 6 simple strategies that address the root cause directly. Everything here is safe, gentle, and requires no equipment. You can do all of it right now in your living room. If that sounds like something your body needs, stay with me. Before we dive in, if you have not subscribed yet, I strongly recommend you hit that subscribe button right now and turn on the bell notification. That way, you will never miss another health tip made just for you. If you enjoy this video and find it helpful, please type the number 1 in the comments below. And if you feel like I could do better or cover something differently, type 0. I read every single comment and I genuinely use your feedback to make this content more useful for you. Why everything else fails. When most people decide they want to deal with dizzy spells when standing up, what do? They slow down. They pause before getting up. Maybe they grab the armrest more carefully. Maybe they drink an extra glass of water. Someone told them to stand up slower. And they try that for a few days. Here's the problem. Those strategies treat the symptom. They do not touch the cause. And the cause, the real reason your blood pressure drops so dramatically when you shift from sitting to standing, is a failure in your body's automatic pressure regulation system. That system is supposed to respond instantly. It is supposed to detect the position change and fire a signal within a fraction of a second to tighten your blood vessels and push blood upward to your brain. But in many older adults, that signal has slowed down. The vessels have lost some of their responsiveness. The nerves that run that system have weakened from years of inactivity, dehydration, certain medications, or simply the changes that come with age. Standing up more slowly does not retrain that response. Drinking water helps, but only partially. What actually works is training your body's pressure system to respond faster and training the muscles and nerves that support it to work more efficiently. So, if you want to truly reduce dizziness when you stand, the habits and exercises you practice have to train exactly that. Let me explain what is actually happening in your body, and I'm going to keep this very simple. The key player here is your autonomic nervous system. That is the part of your nervous system that runs your body automatically. Your heart rate, your breathing, and yes, your blood pressure. You do not have to think about any of those things. Your body handles them on its own. When you are sitting or lying down, a large amount of your blood is pooled in your lower body, in your legs and your abdomen. When you stand up, gravity pulls even more blood downward. Your body is supposed to immediately detect this shift and send a rapid signal. Tighten the blood vessels, increase the heart rate slightly, push blood back up toward the brain. The whole process is supposed to happen in 1 to 2 seconds. In younger adults, this happens almost instantly. It is like a highly responsive electrical system. The moment you flip the switch, the lights come on. But here is what happens over the decades. A sedentary lifestyle, long hours of sitting, the gradual stiffening of blood vessel walls, certain blood pressure medications, all of these can slow down that automatic response. The signal still gets sent, but it arrives late. And in that short window where blood pressure has dropped but has not yet corrected, you feel it. The room tilts. You grab for something. Your vision narrows for a moment. That is dizziness when standing. And the medical name for it is orthostatic hypotension. It is like trying to catch a ball in the dark. The ball is always thrown. Your body always tries to respond. But without training and conditioning, the response is too slow to catch it in time. Unlike that dark room, you absolutely can turn the lights back on. Your autonomic nervous system responds to training. Your blood vessels respond to movement. Your muscles respond to use. And the research is clear. Older adults who consistently practice the right kind of movement see measurable improvement in how quickly their blood pressure recovers when they stand. Pause. Before we begin, a few important words. If you have been diagnosed with severe heart failure, advanced Parkinson's disease, significant autonomic neuropathy, or if your doctor has specifically restricted your activity level, please check with them before trying any new movement routine. If you have had a recent fall, a recent cardiovascular episode, or if you are experiencing dizziness at rest rather than only when standing, please speak to your doctor before proceeding. For your environment, do these movements in bare feet or supportive shoes on a non slip surface. Socks on hardwood floors can be slippery. Please change them first. For every single exercise in this video, I want you to have something to hold on to nearby: a sturdy chair, a countertop, a wall. And here is why this actually makes the exercises more effective, not less. When you are not worried about falling, your nervous system relaxes. And a relaxed nervous system gives you truer feedback about how your balance and pressure regulation are actually working. Support nearby means better training, not weaker training. And finally, if any movement causes sharp pain, severe dizziness, chest discomfort, or anything that simply does not feel right, stop immediately. There is no tip in this video that is worth risking an injury over. The 6 strategies. Core content strategy 1. Ankle pumping before you rise. Why it works. Your calf muscles act like a second heart. When they contract, they squeeze blood in your lower legs upward, back toward your heart. Activating them before you stand gives your circulatory system a head start, so there is less blood left pooled in your legs when you shift upright. Set up. Sit toward the front edge of your chair with your feet flat on the floor, shoulder width apart. Rest your hands on your thighs. This is the safest position for the exercise. Instructions. Lift your heels off the floor, keeping your toes down. Hold for 2 seconds. Lower your heels slowly. Now reverse. Lift your toes off the floor, keeping your heels down. Hold for 2 seconds. Lower your toes slowly. That is 1 repetition. Move at a calm, deliberate pace. Do not rush. This is not a cardiovascular workout. This is a priming exercise. You are sending a specific signal to your blood vessels to prepare for the position change. Reps and sets. 10 repetitions before every time you stand up from a seated position. What to feel? A gentle rhythmic sensation of activation in your calves and lower legs. Nothing sharp, nothing forceful. Progression. Once this feels automatic, add 5 repetitions of gentle knee marching immediately after the pumps, lifting each knee alternately while seated before you rise. Strategy 2. The slow sit to stand with a breath hold. Why it works. The moment you transition from sitting to standing is the highest risk moment for a blood pressure drop. This strategy turns that transition into a controlled, deliberate movement, giving your body an extra second or two to keep up with the position change. Set up. Sit at the edge of your chair. Place your feet flat on the floor, slightly behind your knees. Have a wall or the chair's armrests within reach. Instructions. Take a slow breath in through your nose. As you begin to stand, breathe out gently through pursed lips, like you are slowly blowing out a candle. Rise to standing over 3 full seconds. Do not hold your breath. Do not lock your knees the moment you are upright. Stand for a full 5 seconds before you walk anywhere. That 5-second pause is not weakness, it is strategy. It gives your blood pressure time to stabilize before you take a step. Reps and sets. Practice this movement intentionally at least 5 times per day. Every time you stand from a chair or your bed. What to feel? A sense of calm and control during the transition. Less rushing, less grabbing. Progression. Once this feels natural, extend the standing pause to 10 seconds before walking, gradually training your body to hold stable pressure for longer. Strategy 3. Standing heel raises at the counter. Why it works. This exercise specifically strengthens the calf pump system we talked about earlier, the mechanism that sends blood back upward against gravity. The stronger your calf muscles, the more efficiently your circulatory system works when you are upright. Setup. Stand at your kitchen counter or in front of a sturdy wall. Place both hands lightly on the surface, not gripping tightly, just fingertips resting. Feet hip width apart. Instructions. Slowly rise up onto the balls of your feet. Hold at the top for 2 seconds. Lower your heels slowly and with control. Do not drop down. Lower with intention. That is 1 rep. Keep your core gently engaged. Do not lock your knees at the top. Move slowly in both directions. The lowering phase is just as important as the rising phase. Reps and sets. 2 sets of 12 repetitions, once per day. Rest 30 seconds between sets. What to feel? A working sensation in your calf muscles, specifically at the back of the lower leg. You may also feel a mild stretch in the arch of your foot at the top. Both are normal. Progression. Perform with just one hand resting on the counter. Then work toward brief moments with no hands at all. Just 2 to 3 seconds of unsupported balance at the top. Strategy 4. Seated leg press against a wall. Why it works. This exercise activates the large muscles of your thighs, the quadriceps, which are among the most important muscles for getting up from a seated position safely. Strong thighs reduce the effort required to stand, which reduces the blood pressure spike that follows exertion. Setup. Sit in a firm chair positioned about 18 inches from a wall. Extend one leg and place your foot flat against the wall. Your knee should be gently bent, not locked straight. Instructions. Press your foot firmly into the wall, as if you were trying to push the wall away. Hold the press for 8 seconds. You should feel your thigh muscle tighten. Release slowly. Repeat on the other leg. That is 1 set. Do not hold your breath during the press. Keep breathing normally. Reps and sets. 3 sets per leg, once per day. What to feel? A firm working tightness in the front of your thigh. Nothing painful, nothing sharp. If you feel discomfort in your knee, reduce the force of the press and ensure your foot is at a comfortable angle. Progression. Once this feels easy, move the chair further from the wall, 24 inches, so your leg is more extended, increasing the range of muscle activation. Strategy 5. Marching in place, standing. Why it works. Rhythmic, coordinated lower body movement is one of the most direct ways to train your cardiovascular and nervous systems to manage blood pressure dynamically. Marching activates the calf pump, the thigh muscles, and the hip flexors simultaneously, all the systems involved in safe, steady movement. Setup. Stand at your kitchen counter or beside a sturdy chair. Rest your fingertips lightly on the surface for support. Feet hip width apart. Instructions. Lift your right knee to about hip height or as high as comfortable. Lower it gently. Lift your left knee. Lower it. That is 1 repetition. Continue at a steady, comfortable pace. Think of a slow, deliberate march, not a high energy aerobic movement. Keep your posture upright. Do not lean forward. Do not twist your torso. Breathe naturally throughout. Reps and sets 20 repetitions total, 10 per leg, 2 times per day. What to feel? A gentle warmth building in your thighs and hips, a sense of rhythmic coordination. Your breathing should stay easy. You should be able to carry on a full conversation while doing this. Progression. Remove hand support for brief periods during the march. Then try closing your eyes for 3 to 5 steps. A powerful balance challenge that also trains the proprioceptive system involved in blood pressure regulation. Strategy 6: the morning warm up before getting out of bed. Why it works. Mornings are the highest risk time for orthostatic dizziness. Your blood pressure is naturally lower after lying down for 7 to 8 hours. Your blood vessels have been in a resting state. Jumping up suddenly is the worst thing you can do. This short pre rise sequence wakes up your circulatory system before your feet hit the floor. Setup. While still lying on your back in bed. No equipment needed. Instructions. Do 15 ankle pumps. Flex and point your feet slowly. Then flex and straighten your knees 10 times. Then squeeze and release your thigh muscles 10 times. Now sit up slowly, letting your feet dangle off the side of the bed. Wait 30 full seconds before standing. During those 30 seconds, do 5 more ankle pumps. Then stand slowly, keeping one hand on the bed for your first 3 seconds upright. This entire sequence takes less than 2 minutes, and it changes everything about how your body handles the transition from horizontal to vertical. Reps and sets, every single morning, without exception. What to feel? A gradual sense of readiness, your body warming up before the position change, not reacting to it after. Progression. After 4 to 6 weeks, you will likely notice the dizziness on rising has reduced or disappeared entirely on most mornings. At that point, you can shorten the lying down phase and focus more on the sitting pause. Now, how do you actually fit this into a real day? Because I know what happens when people watch a video like this. They feel motivated, they try everything at once, and then it feels like a workout routine, and life gets in the way and it stops. I do not want that to happen to you. So I want to introduce what I call posture pressure snacks. These are tiny doses of the exercises we just covered, scattered throughout your normal day. 2 minutes here, 90 seconds there, not a dedicated session. Just micro moments layered into what you are already doing. Here is how this looks in practice. While your morning coffee is brewing, ankle pumps and calf raises at the counter. During a television commercial break, marching in place beside your couch. Before every single meal, the slow sit to stand, done intentionally. While waiting for water to boil, standing heel raises at the stove. Every time you use the bathroom, 5 ankle pumps before you stand. Research strongly supports this distributed approach for rebuilding circulatory responsiveness in older adults. It turns out your nervous system responds better to frequent, brief activation signals throughout the day than it does to one long session done occasionally. Small doses, repeated consistently throughout the day, send a powerful signal to your autonomic nervous system, and your body responds. You do not need to do all 6 strategies every single day right from the start. If you try to do everything at once, you will burn out within a week. I have seen it happen too many times. Here is the plan I recommend. Start with just 2 of the strategies: the ankle pumping before you rise, and the morning warm up before getting out of bed. Those two alone will begin to make a difference immediately because they target the 2 highest risk moments in your day: mornings and transitions from sitting to standing. In week 2, add the slow sit to stand with the breath technique. In week 3, add the standing heel raises. Add one new strategy each week at whatever pace your body is ready for. There is no race here. By the end of 6 weeks, you will have a complete daily routine that takes fewer than 10 minutes total. Not all at once, spread across your day in those small snacks we talked about. And I want to say something important. Your good days, the days when you feel fine, when the dizziness has not bothered you much, Those are the most important days to practice. Not because you need it most on those days, but because the work you do when you feel well is building the automatic reflex that fires in the split second before a problem occurs. You are not reacting to dizziness on your good days, you are preventing it on your difficult ones. This is not just about dizziness, it is about something much bigger than that. It is about walking to your kitchen in the morning without bracing for the floor to tilt. It is about standing up from your favorite chair to answer the door without hesitating. It is about stepping outside on a bright morning, breathing in the air, and feeling steady on your feet. It is about living on your own terms, in your own home, without fear. Every one of the strategies in this video is a small act of protecting your independence. And your independence, your ability to move through your own life without constant assistance, without constant worry, is worth every minute of this. You showed up for this video, that matters. Now show up for yourself, one small moment at a time, and protect your independence in your own home for as long as possible. Now, here is something important I want to leave you with. Everything we covered today addresses the circulatory side of dizziness when standing, and that is critical. But there is another piece of this that most people completely overlook. And research shows that adults with poor leg strength are up to 3 times more likely to experience repeated episodes of dizziness related instability and falls compared to those with stronger lower limbs. Pause. Think about the moments that depend on leg strength. Getting up from a low chair at a family dinner, stepping up from a curb on the sidewalk, steadying yourself when you reach for something on a high shelf, catching yourself when your balance wavers on uneven ground. Every single one of those moments calls on the strength of your legs. And if that strength is not there, the risk rises dramatically. Your legs can absolutely get stronger at any age. I mean that. The research on strength building in adults in their 70s, 80s, and beyond is genuinely remarkable. Your muscles are waiting to respond. That is exactly why I have put together a dedicated video on the best leg strengthening exercises for adults over 60. Every single exercise is safe, requires no gym equipment, and can be done right at home. That video is on the screen right now. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and here's to living life on your own terms.